Eye on Gauteng, brought to you by the Gauteng Department of Economic Development.
The village of Cullinan is a mixture of the quirky and the modern, a town that shot to fame at the turn of the 19th century for discovering the world's largest diamond. Today, it is a tourist attraction that enjoys a steady flow of visitors.
We have the Chamber of Commerce, the Cullinan Chamber of Commerce, and it carries the 4 villages, which Cullinan, Refilwe, Onverwacht and Ruyten. And what happens is that the Dinner King came on board. They're part of the chamber. We share information, we do research together, but I think the best part for me is that they're very active. They're here, they're on the ground, they're very involved in understanding the needs of the community, and that is an enrichment of the culture here. The collaboration with Dinner King for Cullinan is far back, but it's only now recently that we've really formed this more of a cohesive group. We've identified the same needs, and we're working stronger together now in this specific area. And the involvement of this whole of the Dinner King team, all of them together, being constantly here is adding that value. It's like a value chain at the moment, and it's working for all of us. So although it has a history, it's become stronger now recently.
The story of the world's largest diamond is one that our team were eager to know more about.
People scattered themselves all over the world since the earlier years, and they ended up in these koppies called Elandsfontein in the late 1800s. Now, the people that stayed in this direct area started picking up diamonds from the surface. Back in Johannesburg, there was a super rich businessman by the name of Thomas Cullinan. Now, Thomas had a big passion for diamonds and a geological background. Because the people picked up diamonds over here, the news arrived at Thomas very quickly because of his influence. He came out here, he did some investigations, and he found the volcanic pipe via a guy named Tracy. In secret, he took a sample. In the sample, he found a few valuable diamonds. He knew what he was knowing, and he went and he made an offer of £52,000 to the Prinsloo family in cash, in bags like that. They accepted, sold that portion to Thomas, and he started mining operations in 1903. He appointed William McCarty as the first general manager to look after his belongings on the mine. It's the first house built across the road in 1903 for William and his family. He appointed Fred Welsh as the open pit manager. Now, Fred made Cullinan famous when he saw something glittering in the southwestern corner of the pit in January 1905, only 9 meters below the surface. He climbed up there, he started fiddling with his pocket knife, and this piece fell into his hands. Now, that's an exact replica of the Cullinan diamond, which weighed 3,106 carats in size.
If you want to appreciate the Cullinan diamond industry, then I think you would need to consult with a jeweler, and I'm here to meet just that person. His name is Gordon Webb, and let's find out what he's got to say. Gordon, what does it feel like to live in a town that's as famous as the crown jewels themselves?
So, it's a worldwide known name. The crown jewels, as you know, came from the Cullinan diamond, are now based in the Tower of London in England. So it's a worldwide known, it's a landmark in the world.
What makes diamond mining in Cullinan unique?
Well, Cullinan is unique because the world's biggest diamonds all come from Cullinan. There are 25% of every single of the world's biggest diamonds come from here. And what makes it even more unique is that we find blue diamonds in this mine. It's the only known source in the world for blue diamonds. And these things are worth millions and millions of dollars.
And besides the mining, the diamond industry, and the quaintness of the town, what are the other attractions for you in the town of Cullinan?
Well, Cullinan is unique because it's based between Pretoria and Johannesburg. We're about 30 minutes away from each one. So it's got this huge potential of becoming a tourism hub in Gauteng. Because of the Dinah King Game Reserve and the uniqueness of the Victorian and the Edwardian architecture here, and the rich history. The Italian prisoners of war were here during World War II, so there's a rich Italian heritage also here, which is quite unique for a small town.
And what's it like doing business in this town? Do you get a lot of business? Do you get a lot of traffic? What's it like? What's business like?
Well, it's a tourism town, so we're getting tourism from international tourists all over the world come to see where the world's most famous diamonds come from, and also from local tourists. The locals from all over come to see us and get away from the rat race and come to the relaxed life of another era.
Right next door to Gordon, we found an establishment that served freshly brewed beer. Andre de Beer took his hobby and turned it into a thriving business.
Before I opened this business, I was constantly looking at the statistics of everybody telling you that 1 out of 10 restaurants fail, new restaurants fail within the first year. And I just had, for me it was a matter of belief. I believe that this concept will work. We've been open now for 2.5 years here, and the success has been wonderful. I'm really excited about the growth that we've been showing, and the most important thing is that I've got a loyal team behind me, people that believe as much as I do in the concept and in my products that I put out, and without them it's impossible. So the highlight for me has been the support that I've been getting from the team working with me.
You speak about the concept. Can you describe that concept?
The concept is a brew pub. So it's artisanal beers brewed on the premises and for sale only on the premises, and then paired with good quality food, typical English country style pub food, but done with the best possible ingredients, and done to show the true aspects of the ingredients that we use. So it's basically a brewery with a restaurant and brewing artisanal beers, and those beers are only available here at my restaurant.
We are still in the greater Dinokeng area, this time driving towards what is easily one of the oldest settlements of black people in the Old Transvaal region. We meet with Patricia Mashabane, who is somewhat of a history buff. She operates historical tours in a neighborhood where the rich history of her people is explained. The Dinokeng project is not only about fun and games and wonderful places that you can see, it's also about cultural tourism and the history of a people. We are now here at the cemetery of Onverwacht, and Patricia Mashabane is going to talk to us about the history of the place and its people. Patricia, some of the graves we have here are from 1861 and 1903. People have been living here for a long time, haven't they?
Yeah, no, the people of Onverwacht stayed here for, it's now more than 100 years that they are living here. Make it 110 years that they are living here in Onverwacht.
So Onverwacht means an unexpected surprise, an unexpected bounty. So did they get the land? Did they pay for the land? Did they get it for free?
Okay, I used to say that the Onverwacht has been given unexpected to the community. No. Onverwacht, the name of Onverwacht exists since 1863. It was Petronella Malan's farm, the Malan's farm. And the Malans gave this farm to their daughter. And when this Bolkroeke guys, the government asked for land, Petronella said to them, no, I've got land, but you have to buy the land. And that's how they bought the land from Petronella then.
Patricia, do you mind showing me around the cemetery and maybe explaining some of the dates and some of the people that are buried here and laid to rest here?
No, you're welcome. Let's go.
Thank you.
This site is more than 100 years old. 100 years and more than 100 years. And as we move towards that side, it's where the new, you can even see it, look at the tombstones
Are more modern.
Are more modern, like the previous ones. And yeah.
So the tombstones here are for people that were first settled here. These are the ancestors of Onverwacht.
Yes.
So Onverwacht is also a place that has a lot of historical buildings, one of which is this church that we're standing outside. Patricia, please explain to us, what is the story behind this church?
The story of the church is a very long story. You know, when my great-parents grew up in these kitchens, they never knew that there is a God. They never knew that there's a man above, you know. And after the war, after everything, they realized that these white people talked to somebody, but they didn't know who. And my great-grandfather's sister worked for Paul Kruger. And she used to take some notes and listen to what they are saying, and then take it to a family. And that's where they learn how to sing Psalm 23 and all the songs in Hollands. And then these white people used to pray to this God, man of above. And they didn't understand, but this man of above, they believed that this man of above took really care of them. So they were so curious, and they also want to pray and know this man better. And in Jackal's dance, there's an L wall. They started digging a hole, put sticks on, lie in the hole to hear what the white people is saying or singing, and take it to the community. And later on, they built themselves an L wall with small windows. Later on, they built themselves this very same church that you see here.
What year was that?
That was early 20s, 30, between 20 and 30.
1920, 1930.
Yeah, after everything was settled in Onverwacht, they were really like picking it up and putting, because of it's the very same church that was in Jackal's dance. They believe that the very same church must come and be built here, restructured here.